Support for Radio Friends comes from Columbia Healthy Smiles, the dental office of husband and wife team Dr. Batson and Dr. Abe, offering comprehensive and customized care to patients of all ages. Learn more by calling 573-721-9039 or online at www.columbiahealthysmiles.com. Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Wednesday, August the 18th. We're going to talk about two different things today, but actually having the same effect. Does that make sense? Dr. Anand Chockalingam is with him. And Dr. Anand is a heart specialist. You practice over at Truman VA also. Heart specialist, but we're going to talk about having a healthy heart, tying that into global warming. Now, when he said, I want to talk about global warming and having a healthy heart, I said, how do you tie the two in together? And when you told me, it made perfect sense.
Once again, thanks for having me. It's always a pleasure to connect with you and through you with the amazing community that we have. The reason I talk about global warming is because in the last few days, we are hearing so much increasing concern for this summer being hot, setting record temperatures, fires in the West Coast, fires in Australia and Greece and so many other places where it is only going to increase. The challenges related to global warming in the form of natural events that we are finding increasingly difficult to control.
Right, because the story that was out just a couple of weeks ago is that we are at 0 year.
Yes.
There are no more years into the future that scientists are now saying that we have to try to combat global warming. This is it.
So if we decide to make a change today, how can we change? Well, yes, we want governments to change, industry to change, public opinion to change. But what about you and me as two individuals sitting here? Can we contribute to saving our planet? That is what I want to discuss.
How can we?
The simplest way is what I've been telling people, that it's okay and it's actually needed for us to smile 20 times an hour.
Okay.
We'll start there.
Smile 20 times an hour. And when you came in here today, you were smiling.
And now, in the last 5 years, we have so many heart patients coming back to me and saying, I'm feeling 10, 20, 30 years younger, doc, so it's easy for me to smile 20 times an hour now. And the way they are doing it is by eating mindfully, doing a little bit of self-inquiry, which is asking themselves, what is the meaning of life? So how can we figure out the meaning of life if there is no earth,
Right.
the next generation?
Right.
So we need these basics sorted out. And for us as individuals, instead of thinking, let somebody else fix the global problems, let us do our bit. And our bit, if you look at, just Google it, you will see that if you are eating plant-based, for instance, rather than eating meat, it is great for the planet. For instance, a football-size field is needed to sustain one human being consuming meat-based standard American diet. But instead, if that individual chooses to go plant-based for a whole year, then that same football field will probably easily sustain 17 people. So it is 17 times more green if we choose more plant-based. And we don't have to assume all our protein has to come from plants, from animal sources, because even in cardiology literature, we have more and more evidence building that to prevent atherosclerosis, and even after a heart attack or bypass, to prevent future problems, it will help reduce inflammation if we make again and again choices of protein and other things which are plant-based and less inflammatory. So that's how I connect the two.
Yeah.
And
so by making our diet more plant-based, we're eating directly from the land instead of using the land to feed the animals that then we eat the animals.
That protein is much less energy efficient. In the sense, plant protein is so much easier to make and sustain the growing global population. That is the gist of it. And if you look at agriculture, 70 to 80% of all agriculture world over is currently being used to feed cattle. So if we take away a little bit, we don't have to give up anything.
Yes.
We just have to make 1 or 2 more choices every week towards plant-based meals rather than saying, no, I will be a vegan or vegetarian. No, we don't need to make that sort of statement. We just have to make a few choices whenever we can towards healthier food for our own body and for our world. So
and that can make a difference. That can make a difference. But what we have to keep in mind is, according to the scientists now, there is no time except today, this year, because we're out of time looking to the future to try to make a difference to save our planet. And all you have to do is look at the news, read the papers with the fires and the heat and the dryness, and then the extreme weather. We go from drought to having torrential rains. That's not good.
There is a movement called Meatless Monday. A lot of people are trying to do that. On Mondays, they try to give up meat. So that's a good suggestion. What I've done in the last 3 years is foodless Wednesdays. So throughout the day, Wednesday, I don't put any food in my body, just water. So if people can consider going without food 1 day in a week, that I think is the real.
You have talked about that for some time with us. You have convinced Uncle James Mauser to go fasting. He does that once a week. In fact, he was supposed to be on here today with you.
Next time we'll get him on the show. But
yeah, you know what? He forgot.
But he is making his contribution to saving the planet.
I guess
by
he is.
not eating anything all day, once a week.
See, I didn't think that was good for your body, but you have told me over and over again, it actually helps your body by fasting for a day.
Today morning I saw 10 patients, but the last 2 have lost 50 pounds in 2021, and they are feeling 30 years younger. The most recent 2 people I just saw before I came in here. So they are telling us that health and global warming are not separate things. It is all part of our existence, and we can make the world a safer place for the future generations.
The more I keep talking to you, one of these days I'm going to say, yes, I am going to fast for a day, but then you need to do it once a week, right?
If we do it once in a month, it is great. If we can do it once in 2 weeks, that is good. So for my heart patients who are trying to get healthier, I recommend once a week.
And you fast once a week?
Yes.
And it's good for your body?
I feel more energetic. I wake up at 4 in the morning and come to do my research here.
Okay. And he smiles 20 times an hour. I don't think I've ever seen you angry or upset about anything, Dr. Anand Chockalingam.
Because I move with amazing people like you, Paul.
Thank you. Thank you so much. If people want more information on any of this, they can go check it out on the web, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
highlifejourney.org.
highlifejourney.org.
We have all these lectures and why our health can save the planet. We've put it in there as well.
Thank you. Thank you. We're out of time for today. Remember, keep smiling. If you haven't smiled yet this morning, pick it up for next hour, okay? See you. Bye-bye.